Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel where we discuss all things health, wellness, and making smarter choices for you and your family. So today what we're going to do is we're going to peel back the many layers of something that a lot of us wonder about. How do we know when we should buy organic, and how do we know when it's okay to save a little cash, right? The answer is the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. Okay. So stick around because by the end of this video, you're going to have a clear understanding of how to shop smarter, protect your health, and even make some swaps that won't break your bank. Okay? So come on, let's dive in. So what are the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15? Have you ever heard of that? Every year, the Environmental Working Group, known as the EWG, releases a list of fruits and vegetables ranked by how much pesticide residue they contain. Do you ever wonder how much pesticide and residue is on your fruits and vegetables? If you do, go ahead and comment or give me a thumbs up. Yeah, I do, okay? The Dirty Dozen are the top 12 with the most pesticides. Think about it, the Dirty Dozen. Even after washing, these are the ones you really want to buy organic whenever possible. And I know sometimes it's really hard to get organic foods, but on the flip side, there's the Clean 15. And these are the fruits and vegetables with the least amount of pesticide residue. These are the ones that are safer to buy conventionally grown, which can save you money, okay? So pretty simple, Dirty Dozen, Clean 15. Okay, so let's break it down. Let's start with the Dirty Dozen. According to the EWG, these are the culprits for pesticides residue this year. Drum roll, please. Number one on the list is strawberries. No surprise here. I don't even have any strawberries. You know, they've topped the list for years. Next, we have spinach. I love spinach. So you want to make sure you get this definitely organic. Okay, so there's spinach. And then there's our wonderful, we have our wonderful kale, right? We have our peaches, pears, and our nectarines. Oh my goodness. Those are some of the culture. And then you talk about your apples. Oh my goodness. Your apples, okay, the grapes are one of the big ones. Now I have a bowl of grapes, which I'm going to show you that I'm cleaning, okay? Then you have your bell peppers, your cherries, your blueberries, and finally your green beans. Those are your Dirty Dozen. We love them. I love my blueberries, the green beans, the cherries. Everything I just mentioned is like, oh, those are my favorites, right? How many of you did I name off some of your favorites? Put in the chat what are some of your favorites that I named off that are the part of the Dirty Dozen, okay? They are so delicious, but because they're soft and porous, they seem to soak up more pesticides. It's like a sponge. It's just like you put the pesticides on it, they're more soft and porous, so they just suck it in. And if you eat strawberries regularly, please go organic here, okay? Because it will be worth it. I very seldom get strawberries. I know you're going to pay a little bit more, but I always say this. You're going to pay now or you're going to pay later. You're going to pay now and get that good, healthy stuff in you, or you're going to pay later with being sick and maybe having to take medication and not feeling well. So, but if you love those strawberries, grapes, oh my goodness, it's so hard to find organic grapes where I live. I have this little machine that I call myself cleaning. But I love to have it tested just to see how much clean it is. But I noticed when this little machine that I have for my grapes and fruit that I put in, it's an ionizer and it sterilizes them. I'm still not quite sure how much is being removed, okay? And let's not forget about, we talked about our fruit, let's not forget about our kale and our spinach and our leafy greens, which are super nutritious, but they're sprayed heavily. They are so heavily sprayed. And we think about now how popular they are, our kale and our spinach, and we know those are the cruciferous vegetables, and those are really the healing vegetables, and how much they're being sprayed, okay? So if you're going to do these, and you need to do them, we talked about before how we were doing the smoothies, organic is a must. If you're putting these in your smoothie every morning, it's a must, okay? And they're pretty reasonable, but then you also want to think about, well, let me grow my own, all right? Grow your own kale, your own spinach if you can, your own greens or whatever you're going to use. And if you're in an apartment, you can grow them in pots. They grow wonderful in pots. I live in a house and I still grow mine in a pot to keep it contained. So you want to make sure that you get your greens and your cruciferous vegetables in, but you want to make sure you're getting them as organic as possible. Another place where I buy mine from, they look a little wilted because when you get them organic, they don't last as long. Okay, that's what I find. When you get your fruits and vegetables organic, they don't last as long. And so one place I do is I do order mine and get mine sometime from organic places like Misfit. I order them off of Misfit and they send me organic fruits and vegetables. All right, so now we talked about the Dirty Dozen. Let's get down with the Clean 15. This is where you keep a little money in your pocket, okay? So with the Clean 15, these are the heroes of the produce aisle when you're looking to save some money without sacrificing your health. You ready? Number 1 is your avocados. Yes. Followed by your sweet corn. Guess what else is running up in there? Yeah, you knew it. Pineapple. We have our onions. We have our papayas, right? And next they have some frozen ones, okay? And so some of the other ones we talk about, we have our sweet peas, asparagus. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad. I love asparagus. Your honeydew melons, your kiwi, cabbage. You got your mushrooms, you have your mangoes, your watermelons, you see your sweet potatoes, and your carrots. Oh my goodness. So, you gotta have your carrots, right? So I'm thinking a lot, that these are what they put on there. I'm thinking a lot of the ones, our root vegetables, probably have the least amount of pesticide, depending on what's growing in the soil, okay? So for those of you who love avocados, rejoice, because of the thick skins, pesticides don't really penetrate. So if you notice a lot of things that I talked about, they're not easily penetrated with the pesticides. So think about it. So when you're shopping, look at what's easily penetrated. So when you look at your apples, easily penetrated, right? You look at your oranges, maybe not so much. Not saying that they don't have it in there, but they have less because of the skin, okay? When you look at your lemons, you may think, okay, it didn't penetrate the skin, but some of us eat the lemon skin. So I would recommend getting these organic too, especially if you juice them and you juice the whole rind. So eat your avocados, because conventionally avocados and the things with the thick skin are totally safe. Same with our pineapples and our melons because of their tough exterior. I am so glad. That really protects the inside. Okay. And so look at the beauty of the cabbage. Cabbage is a Clean 15 staple. It's naturally resistant to pests. Can you believe it? So it doesn't need much spraying at all. So that is good. It's not eating up a lot of the cabbage. And it's really interesting because I grow cabbage and I don't see a lot of pests on the cabbage eating it away. Okay. So really you're asking, okay, well that's cool. We got the Clean 15 and the Dirty Dozen. So why does this matter? Well, studies show that pesticides, oh my gosh, can have long-term effects on our health, from hormone disruptions to potential lead to chronic illnesses. And for kids, their developing bones are even more vulnerable. So we want to really look at our kids. Sometimes we wait till we get older and we start saying we want to do organic. But let's start with our little ones, okay? But let me tell you something before you panic, because you're like, wait a minute, oh my gosh. Before you panic, let me remind you, eating fruits and vegetables in general is so much better than not eating them at all. So if you're like, you know what, I can't even afford the organics because the organics is $1 to $2 more and I'm already on a budget. Okay, so the goal here isn't to scare you, it's to empower you with informed information so you can make better choices when you can, okay? So here's some more tips that can help you shop smarter and save more money. First, prioritize organic for the Dirty Dozen if you can. So when you go in there, just take your list, and if you want a copy of the list, email me at bl@com, okay? That's what I'm going to put it in here so you can email me, and I'll send you a list of the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15, okay? So you want to make sure that you prioritize your clean ones over the dirty ones. But if that's not in your budget, don't sweat it. Just wash your produce really well, okay? You can have a mixture of water, vinegar, and baking soda. It can help remove some of the residue from it. And like I talked about, this little machine I have is removing some of the residue from it because it's cleaning them. So I had grapes before and they're so nasty. But then when I look at the bottom, after I finish putting it through this little machine, or having the machine run the water, all you see is a bunch of dirt at the bottom. So I know I'm removing some of the stuff, okay? So the second thing I want you to do is shop in season. Seasoned produce is often more cheaper, and it's easier to find more clean options when they're seasonal. So they're more organic when they're in the season. If they're not in season, then it's probably taking more to get over here. They're rushing them. They want to grow them faster, and so they're not as organic. So number 3, don't forget about frozen fruits and vegetables. They're often picked and frozen at the peak ripeness and can be a more affordable organic option. Okay, so if you're like, I can't afford fresh, look in the freezer section, grab your organic, and go ahead and use them. So before we wrap up, I get a lot of my fruits and vegetables I mentioned before from Misfit Market. And they do have some fresh, a lot of organic produce, and they're in season. And so they will deliver them straight to your door. So what I would love to see you do is to go on there and take a look at Misfit Market and look at some of the other organic produce in your area. And shop there first because you're going to get it cheaper. Well, I can't say Misfit Market is going to be cheaper because they charge you shipping, but look in your community and find the organic places where you can go and get some good food. So, all right, I hope this video is helpful. I hope you feel more confident the next time you're scrolling through the aisles and you're like, I'm gonna give me some produce. I'm gonna give you some lemon and pomegranate. What do you think pomegranate is in? That's right. Think about it. What is the pomegranate in? I'm gonna get some radishes, jalapenos. We need to check in the jalapenos. I love jalapeno. So remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's progress. So make the choice that works for you and your family. And don't stress over the small stuff. This is just some information I wanted to share. And if you found this information helpful, do me a favor. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with friends, and hit the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. If you are, I am so excited because I'm going to be giving you more tips like this. So until next time, take care, eat well, and stay radiant. Peace.